In this video we'll see what are the set data types that are supported by Python. Python actually supports numerous data types to support storing various types of data. To store the scalar data, it supports int, float and complex. To store the sequential type of data, it supports lists, tuple and strings. Whereas to store the mapping type of data, it supports the dictionary data type. So in addition to all these data types, so it also supports another two data types to support storing of the collection of data in the form of the sets. So that is sets and frozen sets. So let's see how Python supports storing of unordered collection of elements, that is sets. So let's see what a set is. Sets is actually an unordered collection of elements without any duplications. The importance of organizing collection of elements as a set is they support us to efficiently perform various set operations like union, intersection, difference, etc. So once we represent the data as a set, then performing all these operations is efficient. So Python supports two different data types to support storing of set representations, that is set and the frozen set. So now let's have a look at the set data type, how the set data type can be used to store the data as a set. A set which allows us to store the unordered collection of elements without any duplications. Moreover, sets are mutable, that is once a set is created, you can add new elements, you can even remove the existing elements. So consider this example S1 which is having 4 different collection of elements, floating point number, a string, an integer and a tuple. So one thing you need to remember is every individual element of a set must be of type immutable. That is, you cannot have a list as an element of the set, as a list is a mutable type. Even a set cannot be part of another set because set is of type mutable. Now let's see how we can access sets. So consider this example set S1 which is having collection of string elements. You can access the entire set by referring to its name. When you call the name of the set, that indicates that you are accessing entire collection of elements that are stored in that set S1. Remember, it is not possible to access individual elements from the set, but you can iterate every element of the set by using the for loop and the in operator. So let's see what are the frozen sets. So frozen sets are also unordered collection of elements. The frozen set have the same characteristics as that of the set, but one difference between the set and the frozen set is sets are mutable whereas frozen sets are immutable. So frozen sets also do not allow any repetitions in the data, that is duplications are not valid in case of frozen sets also. So basically frozen sets are the sets are not allowed to update the elements. So let's see how we can create the frozen set. To create a frozen set, you can use a frozen set method by passing the iterator. So let's see this example. So I'm having a list L which is having the collection of elements 10, 20, 30, 40. Here L is of type list which is an iterator, and I can pass this L as an argument to the method frozen set so that I can create a frozen set. Here fs is a variable which is created as a frozen set, indicates that fs is an immutable set. More details about the set and the frozen set will be discussed in the second module of the Python programming specialization. So in this video we have discussed very briefly about what set is and what frozen set is and how do we access the set and the frozen set elements. In the next video we'll see what the Boolean data type is. Thank you for watching this video.